What's going on, YouTube? You're chilling with Zabza, and we're here for an RU battle. Looking at my opponent's team. He's got a Slow King, probably specially defensive, although I do need to worry about specially offensive. You know, they're mostly specially defensive, but still. I need to worry about Heliowisk. I'm guessing is probably Scarf. Then again, the only one I've really seen was used by the Canadian Wi-Fi, and it was Scarfed. Gligar, definitely a Violite, there's no question about it. A Clawetzer, could be Specs, could be AV, there's no really knowing right now. Bayonet, probably Mega Bayonet, in fact, almost definitely Mega Bayonet. And I'm guessing that he has the Cobalion for... I actually don't know. Cobalion is a really interesting mon in that it can run so many different sets. It can run offensive, or it can run physically offensive, especially offensive. It can run defensive. I don't think it can run specially defensive very well. It can run Hazard, can run Volt Switch. There's just so many different things it can do. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the battle. So my opponent today is Callum, or as you better know, HoodlumScrafty. We set this battle through Twitter. He's going to start off with his Cobalion. I'm guessing either to Volt Switch, get momentum, or set up, as you can see, set up rocks. And I start off with Golbat specifically because I don't want either hazards on this team. And well, actually, just based off what his team looked like, it was pretty much the best lead I could have gone with, or at least in my opinion. After I go for the taunt, he's going to Volt Switch out and go into his Muppet. As I just go for a defog because, you know, I don't want hazards on this team. I really don't. Sure, I don't have anything that's really weak to it besides Golbat, but that doesn't mean I appreciate the residual, considering I switch a lot with, well, with my Lantern. I'm going to switch into it, by the way, as he goes for a Grass, not predicting this, and it really just does nothing. And that's because I'm specially defensive Lantern. I can take hits for days, and just this Muppet has nothing to do against me. But he's going to switch into his Cobalion. I don't know why. I'm guessing... Yeah, I actually don't know why. No, I really don't know why. But I just go for Volt Switch, seeing that nothing besides his Heliowisk resists it, and I doubt he wanted to stay in with Heliowisk, considering he was doing, like, no damage. And I go into my Bacon, my Emboar, because I figure I can get off a Flare Blitz and just get some free damage. But he predicts this wisely and goes into his Wonton Soup, which takes it really well. But I'm just surprised. I actually am a little bit surprised that it does so much damage, even with his Eviolite, because that's like a 3-hit KO, I think. But I'm gonna go into my Bronzong because I think that I can go for a Toxic, since he did show me the defog just then. And I really didn't know if he had defog, but I figured Bronzong would be the best option anyway, because I thought he might Earthquake or Toxic. But he actually meant to go for Roost there, so that was it was a misclick, but you know, he can come in at any time on Emboar and Roost, so it really doesn't matter. He's going to switch into his Slow King. The way he switched it in, I was pretty sure he had Fire Blast, but the EV spread on this Bronzong, I know I know I can take it. And I decided to stay in and go for the Toxic because I really want that thing Toxic and on a timer, considering how well it can recover its HP. But after I get off the Toxic and knowing that I can't take a second Fire Blast, I'm going to switch out into my Lantern, which can take the Fire Blast. However, he switches out into his Bayonet. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing, you know, I actually don't know why. But I guess it would be a good switch against Bronzong to get out some damage. As I stay in with my Lantern to go for a Scald as he goes for Shadow Sneak. And the reason I do this is because I saw that before Bayonet Mega Evolves into Mega Bayonet, Lantern actually outspeeds by about 2 base speed before, like I said, before it Mega Evolves. So I can actually go for a Scald and try and get the burn. However, he goes for the Shadow Sneak. It's fine. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp as I predict, like a physical move, and go into my Golbat. And go for the Taunt because I don't want this thing going for like Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisps like it just did. It was unfortunate he missed that first one, but I guess it didn't really matter too much. I mean, maybe he could have gone for a knockoff the following turn, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to switch into my Bacon to get off some damage. As he goes into his Gligar, I think there was actually a double switch there, but I can't remember. I was so busy talking about the previous turns. I'm sorry about that. I'm getting lost in the battle as the battle's going. But I decided to get off some damage with the Flare Blitz, as I know he's just going to Roost to recover off the damage. And I'm going to go into my What Am I, my Cincino, because I figure that he's going to want to defog again. Since I've seen it before, he's probably going to want to go for defog again to get rid of the rocks. And with my Cincino, I could probably just go for a knockoff to do some mass to get rid of his Violite. However, he switches into his Corona, I'm guessing to take the tail slap, but I wasn't planning on that. I wanted to get rid of the Violite, and I get a crit there, but I ran the calcs. It didn't matter. I am a jolly band, and as long as I had that band, then there was no way it could knock me out. Whoa, what was that? Okay, that was a glitch. That was weird. But I send him my Spelunky Bat as he goes into his Gabalion. I really didn't know what he was going to do, but I just figured I wanted to get off the defog in case he wanted to get rocks. But instead he reveals the Secret Sword, which is great because I force resist that, and I'm going to be able to roost off the damage as he goes for a Volt Switch. And you know what? Just Golbat with a Violite, so damn bulky. This is actually a physically defensive Golbat, and just look how well it's taking the Volt Switches. Sure, I'm willing to bet that he doesn't have too much investment in special attack, but still, it's taking them really well. But he goes into his Slowking, and I'm really afraid of the Psychic type move here, so I'm going to switch out into my Lantern, as he actually reveals the Dragon Tail, which is really, really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Dragon Tail Slowking before, and that was really cool to see for the first time. But he Dragon Tails me out into my Bacon. I can't stay in. He probably has the Scald, or the Water type move, or the Psychic type move, and I just can't stay in. As he goes for the Scald, as I bring in my Bronzong, I thought he might go for the Psychic type move, because I don't think I saw the Scald yet. I don't think I did. And I'm just able to eat it. I don't really eat it up, but I'm able to take the hit. And now I'm going to double into my Lantern. It might have been good just to go into this in the first place, but I didn't want to take that chance in case he did have the Psychic type move. I was really just trying to scout for the Psyshock, if anything. And I'm able to eat up that hit. I've got like a little less than half HP, but I should still be fine. And he's going to pull back because he knows that this matchup is not good. Lantern versus Slowking. Sure, if he's specially defensive, he can still take hits, but it still doesn't appreciate the stab super effective damage. I'm going to go for the Heal Bell to get rid of my my Golbats. I keep calling it Crobat. Jesus Christ. To get rid of my Golbat's burden because I know that I can't take too much residual with my Golbat considering I don't have leftovers. You know, it's a Violite. That's how the Golbat set works. But I can't take too much recoil or residual damage because then the set just doesn't work. And I have to be constantly roosting when I could be doing work. But he goes into his Gabalion as I switch into my Spelunky Bat, and I want to go for the defog here, so I'm going to do that, because the way he's getting up his rocks and how almost, I don't want to say desperate, but it seems like he's really insistent on his rocks, so that just makes me, that all the more makes me want to get rid of his rocks, if that makes any kind of sense. And he goes for the Volt Switch as I just go for the Roost, and really all Spelunky Bat's been doing this battle is like defogging, roosting. I think he taunted once. I haven't been able to get off a single Brave Bird. And I've decided that to go into my Bacon as he goes into his Muppet again. Or was it Puppet? I think it was Muppet. But anyway, yeah, Muppet. I predict the Grass Knot this time because I went into Lantern last time. And I figured that I can probably go into my Bacon since I'm Assault Vest and eat up the hit. And I'm not sure why he switched here. Well, yeah. I was taking a risk, basically. I was pretty much saying, hey, if you got the Surf, now's a good time to use it. I didn't actually say that. But since I'm Assault Vest, I knew I could take it, and I was really baiting that Surf so that way I could knock it out. And, well, he didn't. I guess he just either didn't have it, or he didn't go for it, or didn't want to reveal it. Or he knew that I was Assault Vest and I could take it. There's a bunch of possibilities. Anyway, he goes into Slowking. I go for the Flare Blitz. It's actually enough for a 2-hit KO. He switches into Gligar. I go for another Flare Blitz. I think he might think that been another KO range or something. But I'm definitely going to switch out because I don't want to take any kind of Earthquakes from it. And he switches out into his Clawitzer to take the Flare Blitz, but it's just not going to be able to do any damage. I switch it to Sceptile to get some like serious offensive momentum, and I managed to knock out his Gligar with a Leaf Storm. So now I've got my Unburden boost. I'm a Modest Nature. I'm going to be doing massive damage. I go for Focus Blast, and it misses. Damn it. Thank God this is an offensive Gabalion. Otherwise, that Sacred Sword probably would have KO'd. Because now I get another chance to hit it with a Focus Blast, and holy crap, I've never seen HP go down so quickly in my life. And that's not just because this battle's a little bit sped up. I've actually, like, when I was watching the battle, that thing just shot down like crazy. I've never seen it go down so fast before. Anyway, he goes into Slowking, and I know I have to go for the Leaf Storm here. I have the Giga Drain, but I have to go for the Leaf Storm because at that range of HP, he could probably knock me out with a Fire Blast if he survives the Leaf Storm, and I can't go for it. And here, I missed the Focus Blast, and I actually called it. I called it in the battle, saying, hey, this is pretty much GG unless I miss this Focus Blast. And then I miss. So, you know, just jinxed me. There was no going around it. I just jinxed me. Anyway, I send out Bacon, pretty confident that he doesn't have the Surf now, otherwise he would have gone for it before, as he goes for the T-Bolt, and the Assault Vest putting in work, surviving on 10 HP. I'm able to go for the Flare Blitz, knock out his, Electros? No, not Electros. What's it called? Heliolisk. Why did I think Electros? But, it's a double down here, and really, he's only got one Pokemon left, his, Clawitzer. So I feel pretty safe going into my Lantern and just going for the Volt Switch. And this is really just a scout for damage to see if he's, Scarf, Specs, Assault Vest, and based off that damage, I think he might be Specs, just might be. There's a chance he's not. And I go into my one more time because I made a misclick. I actually meant to go into Cinccino and just go for the Bullet Seed and end the match, but nah, I whiffed on that. Anyway, but based off the damage he did to Lantern, I'm almost positive it's not Scarf, because I did so much damage to it with the Volt Switch, and I'm not special attack invested. So I'm able to go into my Cinccino now after he knocks out Bronzong, go for a Bullet Seed, and win the battle. So, GG Callum, that was a really, really fun game, and I'm sorry about the little bit of hacks. But, yeah, let's go ahead and go straight into the talk of the day. You guys may have noticed that during this episode, there was no editing, there was no layout, there was no whatever. And that is because in this battle, if you actually look down at the quality bar, it is going to be in 1080p. And this is my first time trying something like this. That graphical glitch might have had something to do with it, but this is the first time I've ever tried something like this. I wanted to try it out, see if it worked well, and get your guys' opinion on it. See if it was worth uploading in 1080p from now on, or if you guys are just, if you're satisfied with the 720p, that's fine too. I will gladly stick with 720. But anyway, leave your comments in the comment section down below, guys. I really want to know your opinion on this. And, yeah, hope you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!